Breastfeeding is certainly a journey, and whether we choose to do it or not to do it for a few months or the long haul, it is one that affects us emotionally and physically. 8 months in, and my breastfeeding journey has led me to exclusively pump for my twin boys. And here's how I do it. Hello my cool cats, it feels so good to be back with a video. I decided to just get started basically with all the questions that I get on Instagram and start making videos. So I get so many questions about breastfeeding and about pumping, and so today you guys are going to be following me on my journey of breastfeeding and pumping for my twins. And I've been doing this for 8 months. Don't ask me how. It is like a full-time job, really. Very emotionally draining, very physically draining. But I think that I've come to terms with a lot of things. So now, in the beginning, I used to pump every 3 hours. I would force myself to pump every 3 hours, like I had to. And now I am pumping every 3 to 4 hours, so it gives me more kind of like leeway. So I just feel a lot better about myself now. I'm still making a good amount of milk. I do notice that I am making less milk. Obviously, if you pump less, you make slightly less milk, and that's okay. So the boys are actually eating slightly less as well because they have started solids, and they eat like freaking animals. They eat solids like there's no tomorrow. I do want to emphasize that I don't think it's right for people to judge on how you choose, or sometimes you don't even choose, how you have to feed your child. Like if you can't make breast milk, or even if you choose to not give breast milk. I don't know. Fed is best, so just keep that in mind when you're watching this. Don't feel pressured to do things. I'm excited to take you on this journey because that's exactly what it is. It's a frickin' trip. All right, I'm gonna go now. See you. I start my day at 6:30 a.m. The boys usually wake up at around 7, so I use these 30 minutes to pump while they are still asleep. During the day I pump for 20 minutes, but for the first and last pumps, I always do it just a little bit longer since I have more time, so I'm going to be pumping for 30 minutes. This time in particular, I only pumped for 20 minutes because the boys woke up just a little bit earlier, so I gave Alejandro the milk that I had just expressed, and then he started feeding the boys. I then started hearing Eisen get a little bit fussy upstairs, so I stopped pumping and headed upstairs, and then came to the wonderful surprise that he had actually already fed Enzo and was in the process of feeding Eisen, which was very sweet of him. So I started to change little Enzo Gray's diaper to get him started for his day. Hi Eisen, you're sleepy. Give us a smile, baby. Since I didn't quite finish pumping, I brought my pump upstairs so that I could do it while the boys had a little playtime. I'll be making a whole video on a day in the life so you guys can really enjoy the boys since they have grown up quite a bit, but this video is just about pumping. And then of course I have my handy dandy chair, so I sat down and just enjoyed watching the boys while I pumped. Hi Eisen! You wanna say hi? Thank you. You're making sure your milk is getting done right? So you gotta make sure it's done right. You're singing stuff! And Enzo's, you know, just hanging out over there. Love you, babies! Come here! I did this for 10 minutes just to empty everything completely, and that's actually one of the ways you can help make more milk, by pumping until you're empty or feeding until you're empty. And it's a good thing we did because we got over 120 mLs of milk. So I'll end up storing that for the next feed. And since it's around 8 o'clock, once I finish pumping the second time, I'm going to use this as my stopping point. So I'll be pumping in about 3 to 4 hours from now. So that's around 11 to 12 p.m. Moving forwards to around 10:30 to 11 o'clock. Hello. Hey guys, are you talking to each other? Hi. Hi, Enzo. Great. Eisen Lee. Ooh, we need to lower this bed like yesterday. So I actually pumped for 20 minutes while the boys were still in their cribs, just starting to wake up. And I think I mentioned earlier that the boys are eating slightly less because they do get solids, and they just push the bottle away when they're full, which is very frustrating. So I've been extending their feeding times to 3.5 hours, so it kind of matches my pumping schedule. And this is how much I made in this session, which is not too shabby. Something I really like to do is just pre-make their milk. It also helps me like calculate exactly how much milk I have in the freezer or in the refrigerator, so that, you know, if I have to pump like a little extra, like a couple extra mLs, then I can do that. So let's feed our boys. I didn't end up pumping for 4 hours, so until 3:30, which does occur on these busy days. So Alejandro was out all day in medical school and he came back for lunch, so I took this time to pump and get some work done while the boys were eating. Tito. Today they tried eggplant for the first time with a side of broccoli, and for dessert we gave them some blackberries and mango.
Bella wants to say something.
Bella? Bella, how'd you get out? I locked her up in the bedroom so she wouldn't eat mango.
I haven't got oh, deliciousness.
I had to take out my clip because my forehead was this big because postpartum hair loss is real. Right, baby?
Post-fatherhood hair loss is always there.
Genetics are always there as well. Baldy. Eisen. Hi. Enzo. Eisen doesn't have a mango, sir.
Right back at you.
Woohoo. I love those noises, the milk dripping, and my children talking. 3 hours from that would be at around 6:30, but since that's during the boys' bedtime routine, I pushed that pumping session until 7 so that I could do the nighttime routine. And during the end of the night, Alejandro and I always watch some Naruto. It is just such a cool show and has so many great moments that can transcend into real life. So if you haven't watched it or checked it out, you should definitely do that. Wait, he was who the whole time? Are we friends? We're just friends. My milk!
Oh my god, babe, for real? For real.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you've watched this far, I want to just thank you for just being so supportive. You guys are really just a family to me, and I appreciate every single one of you. I'll also be posting videos that I have like previously recorded, like literally for months. I've just been recording, but I really couldn't get myself to post anything. So I'm super happy to just be able to share all those little memories with you guys and just like have them stored on YouTube. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. Have a good one.